we shall build a Latin America in Africa instead of building a United States of Africa in Africa. You all watch on TV channels the misery of the Latin American populations, walking on foot, fleeing man-made poverty in their respective countries, their tremendous natural resources, the rivers, the forests, the minerals, the good climate for some of them, the ancient heritage of indigenous Indian peoples, etc., and culture notwithstanding, to the man-made affluence in the United States, simply because the latter, the USA, emphasized integration, while the former Latin America emphasized fragmentation. I must apologize that I didn't alert my team to put these pictures here, but they're in the booklet, they're here. To see you, oh, where are they? You have them? Ng'abantu bange kati bakola. Now, all those are people who are running you from poverty in South America. You show the lining, when they are lining up. There you can see it. Now you look. All those people, put the other one, leave it there. All those people are lining up to enter the United States, which is supposed to be heaven on earth, running away from Latin America. And yet Latin America is much richer than the United States in terms of natural resources. If you look at the rivers, the forests, the minerals, Latin America is much richer than the United States. But they are badly organized, they are fragmented economically. You don't have a market. When you produce, Guatemala, 5 million people, Honduras, I don't know what, you don't have where you can sell your products. In the United States, you have got a huge area, 3 million square miles of land, 320 million people, I think now. So if you are there, you sell your products, all those buy from you. If I was in the United States, I would be a billionaire by now. I would be selling my milk to 320 million people. But here, you Ugandans, sometimes you buy my milk, sometimes you don't buy. Then I must beg Kenya. Once the milk gets to the border with Kenya, they stop it. This is another country. It goes to Rwanda, they stop it. Congo. So that's why you still see that I am Mr. MUSEVENI like you people. Otherwise, I would be a billionaire by now. If I had a big market where my products would go automatically without stop, start. So, those who emphasize tribes, emphasize religion sectarianism, emphasize gender chauvinism, they want to turn us into a Latin America in Africa. And yet, we, the freedom movement, want to build a United States of Africa in Africa, a united Africa. This has been our struggle from the 1960s. So this is point number one. Now you can see Latin America is very rich in terms of natural resources, much richer than the United States. But they are organized badly. They are fragmented. Brazil is alone, Ecuador alone, Argentina. And that type of organization does not encourage business. The ideology of patriotism and Pan-Africanism also promotes harmony among the people. That is why we no longer have a refugee problem, while by 1986, Uganda was among the 4 top countries in the world in refugees generation, in producing refugees. 500,000 Ugandans, mainly peasants, and a large group of exiles, mainly the elite. The former were in Congo and South Sudan, and the latter, the Banasomako, the elite, were in the USA, UK, Sweden, Kenya, South Africa, etc. There were so many Ugandan doctors that had fled and working abroad. All the refugees came back, and the Ugandans who are still outside are there voluntarily. The ideology of emphasizing interests rather than opportunistically manipulating identity has therefore created more opportunity for prosperity, created stability, and created capable institutions of state. It is one of the necessary ingredients for success. So when you are dealing with the other issue of balekanga bibasande kukola, nebakola bibasande kukola, they left and done what they ought to have done, and they did what they ought not have done. We are now telling you that this is the first thing you should do. If you forget patriotism, you forget Pan-Africanism, and you go into sectarianism, you are lost. Balekanga bibasande kukola, nebakola bibasande kukola, namazima tegari mubo. So therefore, what we are telling you is that, number one, reject the ideology of identity politics. Because that identity politics of tribe, of religion, of gender chauvinism does not address the issue of prosperity. They don't answer our question of how can we be prosperous. We can be prosperous by producing and selling what we produce, which means we need a market, and not a small market, we need a big one. This is the difference between the United States, between China, between India, and Latin America. And between them and Africa now, because even now, you see, we have got, our Basoga people have got ebikado, surplus, ebikado, sugar. We have been having a surplus of sugar. People in Tanzania, they need sugar, but they buy from, I don't know, Brazil. Then we must bargain, haggle. Duma, maize, a lot of maize. Problem with maize, milk, cement, so many products which can't easily enter the African market because of the sengenges, the colonial sengenges, which we have not removed. Sengenge means barbed wire. They put on the border. So we are saying, please stop tribal, religious talk. Talk about Uganda, talk about Africa. Why? Because you need those for your prosperity. Emphasizing The four principles of the NRM, therefore, of patriotism, Pan-Africanism, socio-economic transformation and democracy, creates adequate space for guaranteeing the prosperity of the wealth creators. And who are the wealth creators? The farmers like me. I am a wealth creator, I am not a wealth consumer. The artisans, the manufacturers, and the service providers. All those, by giving them a big enough market, and also by expanding sectarianism, which act helps us in building strong national institutions, such as the army, that guarantees our security.